Hello everyone, and welcome back to Phoenix Wright. It's a 20 Trials and Tribulations. You're here still in the first part of the trial, and I looked at some video of this game, and apparently there's about 19 to 20 minutes left in this part, in that particular video anyway that I watched. So this is going to be a really short part. I apologize for that, but I had to stop the recording anyway, due to the circumstances I was in. So let's just continue from where we left off. Mr. Godot? It seems that Mr. Godot is more focused on his coffee than answering my question. It seems that the odds of a rope being readily available were very high. So I suppose that it's not an impossibility after all.
Objection!
Possible or impossible? That's not the question we need to ask. There's only one question. Did that really happen? Trite, I wonder if you can prove what happened to us. Do you have any actual evidence that the body was swung over like a pendulum? Okay. I think this is actually I'm supposed to present. I'm almost out of health, so I really hope this is correct. I did just save it, so at least I have to. I can just reload my save from that point. So let's do this.
Take that!
Before I present my evidence, let me review what we know so far. According to this photo, one of the wires snapped. Looking at the map, we can see it's the one that was in front of the inner temple. So then, that was the spot with the criminal? Yes, precisely. Now let us consider the body's movement by looking at the overhead map again. If the body was pushed from this point here, it would jump onto the opposite bank at approximately this point. Did you say drop? Well, they must have failed to catch the body on the other bank. What? What makes you think that something like that happened? Because I have evidence that suggests the body dropped from some distance. What kind of evidence? Take a look at this autopsy report. It says here that the body fell about 10 feet after her death. 10 feet, huh? That's most likely the height difference between the two sides. The body overswung due to forward momentum, but it came loose and fell about 10 feet. And then, as a result of the landing impact, this crystal sphere was knocked loose. That's... Yes, this bloodstained amethyst crystal is the one that came off of Mr. Elysium's staff. And even more important is the place where this crystal sphere was found. Indeed, I believe it's already marked on this overhead map. The crystal was found... precisely, Your Honor. In the very spot where the pendulum would arrive if given the right amount of speed. This explains your theory quite well, Mr. Wright. You have provided us with a way the body could have been moved that night. An impressive deduction, Mr. Wright. Most impressive. Mr. Wright! I thought this cold coffee might help cool you down. What is the meaning of this, Mr. Godot? That was a dark and bitter guess that you made, Trite. But you forgot about one thing. Oh? What would that be? The aroma. Huh? A coffee's most reliable accomplice is its deep and profound aroma. The rest of the quote doesn't speak coffee knees. Can you elaborate a bit more? Coffee knees? The criminal had sent the body to the other side, like you say. And naturally, there must have been an accomplice lying in wait to catch it. An accomplice? The criminal wasn't able to cross the ski bridge. So who collected the body? What do you have to say about that, Trite? Mr. Godot is correct. This can't be the work of a single person. Oh, Mr. Wright, you know what you must do? Yes, Your Honor. The body couldn't have made it to Hazuku Temple without an accomplice. Very well then, if you please, Mr. Wright. Who was the person that received the body on the Hazuku Temple site? I think it only been Iris.
Take that!
It can only be you, Sister Iris. Huh? Ah, but I don't see why you're so surprised. The only way to transport the body from the Ski Bridge is by snowmobile. But with her bad luck, her bad back, Sister Bikini could never pick up a body like that. You're the only one who could have managed it.
Objection!
Trite, were you even listening to the witness's testimony? On the night of the crime, this cute little cutie pie was the unclean on duty in the inner temple garden of the mother-daughter bloodbath.
Objection!
I haven't forgotten, but have you, Mr. Godot? This witness was also seen in Hazuku Temple. Desecrating the corpse of the victim. Strange indeed. It's almost as if, on that night, the defendant was in two different places at the same time. Sister Iris, let me ask you something. Why didn't you mention it when you first gave your testimony? Mention what? The pendulum, of course. Using this sketch drawn by an eyewitness, I have established how the body was moved using the burnt-out bridge. Which means it's now a fact that this occurred, something that you should have already known. No, I had no idea. I didn't know anything about a pendulum. But the body couldn't have been passed along to the other side without your help. So you should have known about it. In fact, it'd be impossible for you to be clueless about this whole thing. Unless you're not really Iris to begin with. What? How can you say that, Mr. Wright? What? What kind of nonsense is this? You're saying this witness isn't Iris of Hazuku Temple?
Objection!
Are you serious, Trite? You mean this woman is... There's no one besides Iris that could have received the corpse that night. Now I get it. Now I know why I've been sick to my stomach with this whole trial. Why her whole demeanor changed so suddenly from yesterday. And why she's trying to pin this murder on Maya. The woman that's standing there at the witness stand, her real name is... Can only one person. Dahlia Hawthorne.
Take that!
I never thought I'd have to enter your name again. Let alone see you. It's been a long time, Dahlia Hawthorne. Hawthorne? Sister Iris had a twin sister. And you're looking at her, Miss Dahlia Hawthorne. That name rings some bells. Distant bells, but bells nonetheless. Ha! It's just your imagination, Gramps. This file contains all the relevant data about Dahlia Hawthorne. Oh yes, I remember now. That case, 5 years ago. My name is Dahlia Hawthorne. I just want to say, it's an honor for me to be here in your noble presence. That honor is all mine. No, the honor is all mine. But according to this, Dahlia Hawthorne is already dead. It says her execution was carried out last month. So what? That there's no meaning in this courtroom. What? Order. Wait a moment. How can you... My sister, she's already dead. What kind of...
Objection!
You of all people should already understand. After all, the blood of the master of the crime channeling technique flows within that body. The crime channeling technique? Now where have I heard that? That's right. You're Dahlia Hawthorne herself. You're the spirit of Dahlia, currently inhabiting the body of a spirit medium. What an exciting story. Exciting, but quite impossible. You're asking us to buy that Dahlia Hawthorne just happened to be channeled by someone. On the very night of the murder, to a temple where her twin sister, Iris, was? Well, if you're going to put things that way, then, yes.
Objection!
We're supposed to believe a coincidence like that just happens?
Objection!
Naturally, it was no coincidence. The whole thing was part of a plan from the very beginning. It's all written here, right here, in these instructions. What's that? These instructions were written by your mother, Morgan Fay, and part of a plan called for Dahlia Hawthorne to be channeled. That night, there were 2 irises at Hazakura Temple. 2 of them? Even the time of the channeling was planned out. As soon as you hear the lights out bell, in other words, 10 p.m. However, Iris was seen before dinner time. That means the Iris that we was at the dinner was the real Iris. And the Iris who gave me this hood in the main hall was also the real Iris. Meaning that the Iris Sister Bikini saw at the inner temple was someone else dressed as her, namely one Dahlia Hawthorne.
Objection!
Do you even know what you're saying, Trite? This whole channeling the spirit of Dahlia Hawthorne business. Yes, it's true that you found plans and talked about it. However, there was one thing that's perfectly clear. The witness currently sitting in the witness stand is the real Iris. What? Calm down and remember what you know about the night of the crime. After meeting Sister Bikini, the Dahlia Hawthorne that had been channeled would have been stranded on an inner temple due to the lightning strike. It was later that the body was moved by pendulum. That's right. Naturally, that would mean that the Iris that received the body was the real Iris. Are you with me so far? Yes. After being notified of what happened, the police came to Hazakura Temple's main hall. There they found Iris in her room and arrested her. And ever since, she's been under police supervision in the detention center. Yes, I suppose. I can't deny any of that. Whew. Thank goodness. It looks like he's finally convinced. Something still seems off. Way off. I'm still not convinced that the iris here is the same one from the other night. Ha! I suppose you were about to say something really ridiculous. Like the real iris and the spirit of Dahlia somehow switched places. Switched places? To be perfectly honest, there are still quite a few things I don't understand, but I do know. Now, unless we confirm the witness's identity, we can't continue with this trial. Iris doesn't have the spiritual power needed to channel Dahlia, which means they must have switched places somewhere. Well, Mr. Wright, since the time of she was arrested at Hazuko Temple, have there been any chances for the iris to switch places with Dahlia Hawthorne? There was actually one. Your Honor, I think there might have been one chance. Oh? Explain yourself. Yesterday, for a few minutes, Iris's whereabouts were unknown. Unknown? What do you mean? What I mean is, there was a span of time in which Iris was only able to move about freely, unsupervised. Well, who was it? Who would give a murderer such a time to move about freely like that? I'm sorry. I know you didn't mean to. It wasn't your fault. The person who gave Iris the chance to freely move about was... hang on. It was Edward, actually. It was not intentional, but was him.
Take that!
This is Mr. Edgeworth, isn't it? Your Honor, there was a fairly large earthquake yesterday, was there not? An earthquake? Earthquake! Oh my goodness, the inner temple! This kind of tremor might... How could I have... She fled. She escaped. We went to the inner temple right away. And it's true, Iris was already there. However, they had already switched places by that point in time. When I arrived at the training hall, I was met by none other than Dahlia Hawthorne. That's quite enough already, Mr. Wright. Now see here. No judge in his right mind would consider this idea of... Be quiet. Oh. It's been a long time, Mr. Judge. That voice. Guess I'll have to ask again. Upon meeting a beautiful lady, always ask for her name and profession. That's one of my rules. Dahlia Hawthorne. And my current profession? Permanently retired. Ha! So you're not going to bother hiding your identity anymore, huh? Why should I? After all, I'm dead. There's really nothing you can do to punish me. What is going on here? Dahlia Hawthorne. I never thought we'd meet again, and I never thought we'd meet like this. But this is time I'll end it, for her and for myself. Oh, that was barely 19 minutes. You know what? I'm not going to stop the video here. There's just too little time. So I'm going to save it, as I usually do. Here, I guess. I'm just going to continue. February 10th, 1:06 p.m., District Court, Court number 7. Now then, let's continue with where we left off, shall we? Well, witness? Yes? How can I help you, Mr. Judge? Well, it seems that if we were to learn the truth, we'll need to hear your testimony. I have no problem with that. But when you've seen what I have, sometimes the truth is better left unknown. In any case, let's hear your testimony. Tell us about the plan that was carried out that night. The plan. The whole plan began with my death. A stupid plan hatched by Morgan Fate to install her own daughter as the next master. I just noticed this music is not the same as we were usually here for a witness testimony. Anyway, before it to work, Maya Fey would first have to die. The idea was for me to kill Maya and then have the blame pinned on Iris. The plan went wrong, but it seems to have succeeded anyway. So that means you really are... Wait a minute. Did you just say the plan was to kill Maya Fey? Yes. You have a problem with that? Don't give me that. There's that nonsense. There's no way that... Watch yourself, trite. If you've got a problem, solve it doing cross-examination. That's one of my rules. Mr. Godot is correct. And by the way, that's one of my rules as well. To kill Maya? Could it be true? Okay. Let's see here. The plan... Okay.
Hold it!
You were executed last month, correct? Yes, I was hanged. It wasn't exactly pleasant. How did you manage to discuss the plan? Did you talk with Morgan Fey? Last year, she was transferred to the same detention center as me. Since I was on death row and she was my mother, it was actually pretty easy to meet with her. I see. That's when you discussed the plan? Ha! Are you crazy? At first, that woman was planning to kill me as well, even though I'm her own daughter. Oh, to make Pearl Fey the master of Karine? She's a cold, twisted woman. She thought she could finally regain her lost honor. The honor she lost when her younger sister, Misty, took her place as the master. Ever since that day, she's been working on this plan. A plan, huh? A stupid plan.
Hold it!
You were talking about Pearl Fey, is that correct? Yes, though at first she had high hopes for the two of us. You and your twin sister, Iris? That's correct. Fortunately, none of us had much spiritual power. That's why we were abandoned by her, along with our father. Abandoned? The only person I really cared about in life was myself. My sister was a nuisance, so I convinced my father to leave her in an old temple. Wow. Well, you were 5 or 6 years old? That's pretty young. You mean Iris? Yes. My father remarried a woman who also had a daughter. The less children you have, the more money there is to go around, right? And on top of that, my father had absolutely no interest in children in general. How horrible. The really horrible one was that woman. That bitter, vengeful woman. It was her stubbornness that gave birth to that child, Pearl Fey. She was born with an abundance of pure spiritual power, unfortunately for her. Morgan Fey heaped all of her broken hopes and dreams onto that poor child's back. All because of her pathetic dreams of having her bloodline become the main family.
Hold it!
Maya would have to die? But why? For our bloodline to succeed as the main family, thus making Pearl the new master. The remaining descendants of the current master had to be taken care of.
Objection!
The Pearls would never agree to a plan like that. She adores Maya. How sad. You still don't get it, do you? What Pearl wanted had nothing to do with it. Morgan didn't care one bit about Pearl. The only thing she cared about was the position of the master. That's all. That's ridiculous. She was willing to sacrifice anything and anyone to achieve her goal. The life of her daughter, and naturally, the life of Maya Fey as well. How could anyone do that?
Hold it!
You were going to kill Maya? Pearl didn't need to know anything about it. All she had to do was follow the instructions in the letter and channel me. Then I would have simply used her body and finished the job. In any case, I'm already dead, and there's nothing any of you can do to me. Grr. So the plan was to blame the crime on your younger sister, on your younger twin, on Sister Iris of Hasekura Temple. She and I look absolutely identical. No one can tell us apart. If someone would witness me killing Maya, naturally they would think it was Iris that had done it. And the witness in this case was the head nun, Sister Bikini. I never would have guessed she was going to return to Hasekura Temple that night. But she would wound up seeing Iris' crime anyway. But why did you want to pin the murder on Iris in the first place? She's your twin sister, isn't she? Twin sister? Don't make me laugh. She's nothing but a backstabber. I couldn't care less about her. Backstabber? You just don't understand. You never will. Anyway. Let's do this one.
Hold it!
You think the plan was a success? You heard me. Just as that woman had hoped. Maya Fey is dead. Now the title of the master will pass on to Pearl Fey.
Objection!
That's absurd. Maya's just... she's just trapped. Trapped inside the sacred cavern. Really? You're as foolishly optimistic as ever, aren't you? My darling Feeny. Do you want to know the truth? Ever since we met, I've despised you. Your sniveling naivety and your pathetic faith in other people. I just want to know one thing. What do you personally think of Morgan Fey's plan? I told you already, didn't I? It was a stupid plan. It had no point, no value other than fulfilling her own greedy desires. Yes, it was certainly nothing to be proud of. If that's how you feel, why did you help her to carry it out? Why would you do it? Why would you kill Maya? You may not understand it, being the kind of gentle soul that you are. You may not be able to appreciate why someone like me would help a woman like that. So then tell me, why? Isn't it obvious? I'm not like that woman. I only act in my own self-interest. The reason I helped her was for myself. For my own personal satisfaction. What did you say? So this woman, Dahlia Hawthorne? She had her own reason for wanting Maya dead? Do you understand why I would kill Maya Fey now? What my goal was? Could it be that your actual goal had nothing to do with Maya Fey herself? As I said, none of you have the power to punish me anymore, because I'm already dead. Well, I have the same problem, you see. You can't punish the dead. You can't take revenge against them either. You wanted to take revenge on someone? I was sentenced to die because of that woman, Mia Fey. I somehow knew this was it. I wanted to send her a message. It was at her hands that I suffered my first humiliation. I wanted her to feel the same pain she made me feel. Sadly, when I realized revenge was impossible, I gave up. And the reason it was impossible? Was it perhaps because Mia Fey had already died? Yes, and I realized there was only one way to take revenge against the dead. And how do you do that? Even when the body dies, the spirit, the ego, it lives on, forever. I wanted to take away the person that Mia Fey loved most. I wanted to kill her with my own hands. That would be the one and only way I could take my revenge against Mia Fey. That was the reason I helped her out with that woman's plans. Just for that? For that you would kill Maya? Your goal was no different than that of Morgan Fey. Okay. It's already been 32 minutes, so I hate to do it again here, but I'm going to stop the video now. And I really hope that next time, I guess, in the video after this one, I can end the video at the end of the this section of trial, because there's a whole nother section to go, and that one might take 2 hours. So I'm going to put as much time as I can into the next one. So with that said, I'm going to go ahead and save it. Hopefully I won't regret this one. And with that, I'm going to go ahead and end the video now. So until next time everyone, I hope you enjoyed this video. And if you did, go ahead and hit that like button. And until next time, have a great rest of your day and take care.